Hi students, welcome back to my video class. This is Rajanish. The first stage in the process of accounting is the recording of business transactions. Today, we are going to discuss the recording of business transactions. Journal and journal entries are very important part in accounting. Journal entry is the basic pillar of accounting. How importance ABCD in English, or how much the importance of Sarigamapa in music. Same like journal entry also have the important in accounting. For constructing a building, we need very strong foundation. Otherwise, building will fall. So, we need a thorough knowledge in journal. If we have good knowledge in journal and journal entries, then our 50% work will over. In this video, we can start to learn how we can make journal entries. There are mainly two basic methods are following to make journal entries. First one is traditional method and second one is modern method. In traditional method, we are using the rule of accounting, that are real account, nominal account, personal account rules. And in modern method, we are using accounting equations. But here I will teach you one more concept in addition to traditional and modern method. You can study all these two methods and this one concept, and you can follow all of these or any one of these. That is your choice. But if you study the concept very well, then the other methods will very easy for you. In this video, I will teach you the concept behind the debit and credit. As I told you before, we are following the double entry system. There are two parts in a transaction: debit and credit, right? In mathematics, a number have two signs. One is positive or negative. That is, for example, 25. Sometimes this 25 is positive or negative, right? But in accounting, any number is given, that number have a monetary value or financial value. That value is in rupees only. It is not positive or negative. For example, sales 25,000. This 25,000 is rupees only, not in kilogram, not in number, not in positive or not negative. Okay, this is rupees 25,000 only. Okay. Now, let's start the journal entries. Before starting accounting, we can start from our real life. Almost all are doing job or doing business, right? Why we are doing job or doing business? This is for making money, right? Then, why we make money? We need something to get, right? So we are making money for getting something. That is the main reason. See, if you are hungry, do you eat cash? No. We will buy food and eat. Or you want to sleep very well. What you will do? We will buy a mattress or bed and sleep. Okay, not to sleep on the cash, right? So, what is the purpose of money? The purpose is buying or getting some things, right? For this purpose, that is getting things, we need to give something. Okay. So, for getting something, we need to give something. Right? So, now we can start journal entry from this point. That is, get things and give things. Not only things, we can get service also. So, purpose of money is get things or service. So now we can start our concept for making journal entries. See, I need a pen. What will I do? I will go to the shop and buy a pen. Whichever I need, that pen I will buy. But he will not give the pen without money. So I need to pay the cash. Okay. That means I get the pen and I give cash. Right? Same also. I want a laptop. I will go to the shop and select my laptop, whichever I like. Okay. And same time I pay the cash also. Without cash, he will not give. That means I get the laptop and I give the cash. Next, I have an old bike. I want to sell this bike. And my friend is ready to buy this bike. Okay, so I will give the bike to him and he will pay the money to me. So here, I give the bike and I get the cash. Right? Look, my electricity bill is rupees 900. And I went to the electricity office and I paid the cash. I paid the cash. I gave the cash. What I get? I get the service, electricity service. Right? So here, I give the cash and I get electricity. If they are not provided the electricity, we will not pay the cash also. Next, I am conducting classes for you and you are paying to me fees. Here also we can use the concept. I get the cash and I give classes to you. Right? If I am not ready to give classes, you are not paying fees. Right? That means we will not give anything without getting, or it's a simultaneous process. If we need anything, we will give something. Okay. See here, all the transactions have get and give. Okay. If I purchase 30 rupees pen, I give 30 rupees. I will not give 50 rupees. And same laptop. I purchased laptop and the cost of laptop is 25,000 and I paid cash 25,000 only. Then my bike value 75,000. I gave the bike 75,000 and I got the cash 75,000. And here electricity, I paid 900 rupees for electricity and I get the service, electricity service 900 rupees. And I get cash 5,000 and I give you the classes. Okay. In real life, I can say I get pen 30 rupees, I give cash 30 rupees. I get laptop 25,000, I give cash 25,000. I sold bike 75,000, I get cash 75,000. I paid 900 and I get electricity. And I get cash 5,000 and I give the classes. Now, I will explain the debit and credit. Whatever you are getting, that you should debit. And whatever you are giving, that you should credit. This is simple. That means anything you are getting, that you should debit. And anything you are giving, that you should credit. See here, pen 30 rupees, cash I give 30 rupees. So in accounting terms, we can say pen debit, cash credit. The laptop, we are getting laptop debit, cash credit. And bike, we are getting cash debit, bike credit. And electricity debit, cash give credit. And cash 5,000 get cash debit and give class credit. It is very simple. That means if you are getting any things or service, that you should debit, and if you are giving any things or service, that you should credit. In simple, what we receive, that will debit, and what we give, that will credit. Now I will try an extension. Sometimes we will not pay the cash at the time of the deal, or we will not get the cash at the time of the deal. In this example, I bought a laptop, but I told the shopkeeper, "Bro, I don't have the money right now. I will give this cash after 2 or 3 days." Then the shopkeeper agrees. He gave the laptop to me. Here, I got the laptop, but I didn't pay the cash. I'm not giving cash right now. Okay, I promised him that I will give the cash in future, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Okay, this is the third case, promise. That means the transaction will complete in future. Okay, in this case, that is when a promise is there, or the payment, the transaction will complete in future. First, we need to create a promise, and in future we need to complete it. That means we need to pay the cash in future, right? The promise will made by the person or to the person. Sometimes we will give the promise to some person, or somebody will promise to us also. Okay, here I bought laptop from Ravi Electronics. Just assume that Ravi Electronics. So I gave promise to Ravi Electronics that I will pay the money tomorrow. Okay, when I pay the cash to Ravi Electronics, we need to settle or complete. So here I got 25,000 laptop, and I gave promise to Ravi 25,000. So here we create a promise, and in future we need to complete also. Okay, so here when I paid cash, or when I give cash to Ravi Electronics, I will not get anything, but I need to cancel Ravi Electronics. So what we will do? Here I paid cash. Okay, I give cash, and we need to reverse this Ravi Electronics. So when we complete the promise, we can just reverse it. We can write here Ravi Electronics. Okay, nothing is getting. Okay, just reverse this Ravi Electronics. This is the concept. When we give the promise to anybody, at that time we will give promise, the person's name we can write here, and here laptop is debit and Ravi Electronics credit. And when we settled the Ravi Electronics, just reverse it. Get Ravi Electronics and give cash. So Ravi Electronics debit and cash credit. Here first we create the promise and then complete the promise, right? Next we can go to another example. I have an old bike. I want to sell this bike to my friend. Okay, but my friend have no cash right now. He will give the cash tomorrow. Okay, so here he promised me that he will give the cash tomorrow. He will give the cash in future. So here also one promise. So we need to create a promise first. Then after he paid, we need to complete, right? Here I give the bike to him, to my friend, but he is not bring cash. or I didn't get the cash. Okay, but there is a promise. We know if any promise is there, first we need to create the promise. Here, my friend is giving the promise. He is giving the money in future. So we need to create the promise. So my friend name is Ajay. We can write here Ajay. Okay, the bike cost is 75,000. So Ajay also promising 75,000. He will pay in future. So first create the promise. So here Ajay 75,000 and bike 75,000. I give the bike and I get the promise. Is it clear? Now we create the promise and in future we need to complete it. So when Ajay give the cash, we need to complete this promise. Okay. Then day 2. Ajay give 75,000. That means I get 75,000 cash. So what we will do? We need to cancel or we need to complete this promise. So we need to reverse Ajay. We need to write here Ajay 75,000. Okay. So we are not giving anything, but we are complete the promise. Is it clear? So in accounting terms, the day 1, first day, we can say Ajay 75,000 debit and bike 75,000 credit. What we are getting, that we should debit, and what we are giving, that should credit. And day 2, we are getting cash. So cash 75,000 debit and Ajay 75,000 credit. Is it okay? So this is the third case, promise. First one is things, second one is the service, and third one is the promise. When promise is there, first we need to create the promise and future we need to complete the promise. I will make one more extension here. I give bike to my friend, rupees 75,000, and my friend Ajay gave me 50,000 at present, and he requested me he will give 25,000 next day. Okay, then I agree. That means I give bike to my friend and I get cash 50,000 right now, and also I got the promise from Ajay 25,000. Okay, here 50,000 cash he gave and 25,000 he will give in future. That means promise. So what we will do? First we need to create the promise. Create. Who give the promise? Mr. Ajay. Okay, so we can write here cash 50,000 and Ajay 25,000. That is day 1 I give bike and I get cash 50,000, and also we create a promise in the name of Ajay 25,000. Okay, and whenever Ajay give money, we need to complete this promise. So day 2 he gave rupees 25,000, what he promised yesterday. Okay, here I get cash 25,000, but I will not give anything. This 25,000 is related with the bike already I gave yesterday. So what we need to do? We can cancel this Ajay or we can reverse this Ajay. So we can write here Ajay 25,000, right? So now the promise is completed. First we create the promise. He promised 25,000. So we created promise rupees 25,000, Ajay 25,000. And day 2 we receive the money. I received the money. So that time I reverse this Ajay. Here I wrote Ajay 25,000. Is it clear? In accounting terms, we can say day 1 debit cash 50,000 and Ajay 25,000, and credit bike 75,000. Okay, and that too, debit cash 25,000 and credit Ajay 25,000. That's all. So here there is no need of any rule or regulations. Just check that did you get anything or give anything, or get any service or give any service, or have any delay is there. If any delay is there, the promise will come. So if it is promise, first we should create promise. After that we need to fulfill. And promise may be give or receive. We can give promise or they can give promise to us also. Okay. And the last situation also there. After this, you can make any type of journal entry without any rules and regulations or without any method. Sometimes if we receive anything without giving things or service, or if we give anything without getting anything or service, if it is happened like that, that is our profit or loss. That is, if we receive or if we get anything without giving any amount or any promise or any service, that time we can get, that is our profit. Or if we give anything to anybody without getting any things or service, that is we are not getting anything, then that is our loss. This is the last situation. Okay. For example, your uncle give you a mobile. You get a mobile from your uncle. You know the mobile cost is 5,000. Okay, but you are not giving any things or service or any promise to your uncle. No need to pay anything. So 5,000 cost or the mobile, you got it. You get the mobile. The price is 5,000. So we can say this 5,000 is your profit because you are not giving any service, any things or any promise. Okay, so we can write directly, we can write here profit 5,000. Clear? Same as you have mobile, the cost is 10,000. That mobile you lost it. You lost your mobile. So that time you give or lost mobile, but you are not getting any things, any service, any promise because you lost it. So that you can say that is your loss. The 10,000 is your loss. Okay. So we can write here loss 10,000. That means if you get anything without giving anything or service or promise, that is your profit. And if you give anything without getting things or service or promise, that is your loss. Correct? Is it clear? In conclusion, if you get anything, that you should debit, and if you give anything, that you should credit. That means if you get things, that you can debit. If you get service, that you can debit. If you get promise, that you can debit. Same. If you give anything, that you should credit. And if you give any service, that you should credit. And if you give any promise, that also you should credit. And if any profit is there, that you should credit. And if any loss is there, that you should debit. Okay, these are the concept behind the debit and credit.